Greetings, my fellow financial ninjas. Fire, 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 run. All right, so we had that little scare in the stock market yesterday and today. I was intending to actually make this video yesterday because I was, buying my favorite stocks because I thought this correction has kind of extended itself and it gives me a good buying opportunity. But I'm gonna talk about what the purchases that I made, and also talk about some of my favorite stocks that I like and I have invested in. I've already made videos about what my core holdings are, and I'll just quickly tell you what those are, which is large cap US, mid cap US, small cap US, and then emerging markets and international. And I put about 20% each in the large, mid, and small. 25% in large, 25 in mid, and then 20% in small, and then the remaining distributed equally in international and emerging markets. So that's the bulk of my portfolio. But then I also have this speculative side that I put my money into. And yesterday I added to some of my positions on those stocks, and that is what I'm going to talk about today. These are some of my favorite companies. Some of them are already pretty large. Some are just beginning in their starting phase of their life on the stock market. But overall, I think these are stocks that could easily double or triple in a few years' time. So let's start with the number one. My most favorite stock right now is Palantir. The ticker symbol is PLTR. It is a tech company. It was based out of Palo Alto. And with the whole California exodus, they have moved to Colorado, I think. It is a company that solves complex problems. If you go to their website, you'll see that they are heavily into running projects for government. They have two platforms. One is the Foundry and Gotham, meant for the government, and the one that they recently launched for the business. And they do AI. And one of their things is that has been publicized a lot is they help in catching terrorists and some of the very, very complicated problems in the world. In fact, the COVID vaccination program that is being run in US is actually using the Palantir platform. So it is used heavily by military, and it has been in the market for a long time. It's been in business since 2002. It went public in October, and that was one of the IPOs that I had been waiting for a long time. I told all my friends and family about it, and many of them did put money into it. It opened at about $10, and I took a major position in that when it opened up. Initially, it dropped a little bit. It went to $7 and added some more stocks when it went down. And then it just started to pick up, and it just went zoom past 10, 15, 20. That's when I unloaded some of my positions. I cashed out so that I covered my initial investment. And then I decided I'll let the rest just ride all the way to the moon. And it went all the way to 40. And then it's now come back, and it's somewhere around 25 to 30. So all in all, I've already tripled my money. It has been a great stock. I love the company. I love the CEO. The CEO's, he's got that weird hair going. There's kind of like the Einstein look. A lot of people talk about it. It's kind of funny, but overall, the company is doing pretty well. And once they are able to get more commercial clients, I mean, this stock could easily triple from here. So it's at 26 right now, and it could go up to 75, even $100 stock. It is the evaluation, the valuation right now is kind of high on that. So, based on their earnings and what the value of the stock is, it is the valuation can be considered pretty rich. But then that's the story with most of the high growth tech stocks. But I think it is still a good time to get into Palantir. Anything under $30 is a good deal, I think. And so that I added, some more stocks to my position yesterday. The next favorite of mine is Roku. Now everybody knows about Roku. They have their online streaming device, which is where they started with. In fact, I've had Roku since anybody actually even knew about it. I mean, I've had it since its launch in the beginning, since 2008, 9, I think. And I had their first Roku One box, and I've loved that device since then. I mean, I cut the cords way back when I first got my hands on the Roku device. I decided to cut the cord, and it's been my favorite. And I had been waiting for the Roku stock to go public. It did go public a few years ago. It opened at around 30, and it had its ups and downs. It went through a lot, and but I did believe in the company. I still do. But one of the mistakes that I made was that I got out too early. I bought the stock around $35, $40 when it went public, and then once it crossed $100, I offloaded my major position on it, and I think that was a mistake. But these things happen, as long as you made money, it's fine. But I did get back in later on when it was at around 130, 150, and around $175. And right now it is trading at around $400. I think it has a lot of potential to grow. It is still quite big in US, but not so much internationally. Their whole international launch got botched up because of COVID. They were supposed to have a major launch in Brazil and a few other countries, but it just got delayed because of COVID. And I think the future is very bright for the company. The CEO Anthony Woods is really smart. He worked for Netflix before, and some of the decisions that he made, and one of them, the two key decisions that I really liked was not depending on just the hardware part of it, but also launching their own channel with advertising. And so making the channel free but showing advertisement. I mean, that model has worked really well. And overall, I think this company is going to do very well. So I have, again, when it dropped yesterday, I put some money into Roku. Both these companies have been selected by Kathy Woods of ARK, and she's investing heavily into it. And everything Kathy touches these days, man, it just turns into gold. So go for it, Kathy. Then the next one I want to talk about is Square. It's a fintech company. Everybody knows about it. Jack Dorsey, who is the CEO of Square and Twitter. The company is doing really well. Overall, I think the space itself is going through a transition and is changing very rapidly. And I think it has a very bright future. Today, I think they bought something like $170 million worth of Bitcoin. And that's a separate topic. I will talk about it in some other video. But I believe in the company, and I think it's going to do great. The next one I want to talk about is GHVI, which is a SPAC, and it actually merged with Matterport. Now, being in real estate, I know about Matterport. I've been using their product. It's an awesome product. What it does is when you want to tour houses, you can do so online, and it gives you a three-dimensional feeling when you're actually looking at the house. So you can look at different corners. You can turn around, look up on the side. It's got a very user-friendly platform, and it is heavily used by real estate agents. And especially after pandemic, nobody wanted to do open houses or visit actual properties. This tool has really been very handy. And now you'll find that a lot of the real estate agent actually, apart from the pictures, also have a Matterport video. And one of the things that they managed to do, and I think that was a few months ago, where you can actually use your cell phone and make these videos where people can actually interact. And so I think this particular company has got a very bright future. It opened at it was a SPAC that opened at $10, and after the merger was declared, it rapidly went up. I got in at around $13. It went all the way up to 24. Right now, it's trading at about $18. I think this particular company has bright future, and I would. I definitely don't mind putting some more money into it, because I think right now it is cheap. I think given the large market that we have and the unwillingness of the people to go for a physical round of houses and viewing, I think this company is poised to capitalize on that. And so I would highly recommend this stock. I think it's easily could go up to $40. The next two companies again are in fintech space. One is first one is BFT, which is PaySafe. Again, it's a SPAC. It's pretty big in Europe, and they have tie up with a lot of companies over here in US, and I think it is poised to also do well. The other one is IPOE, which is SoFi, again a fintech company. This particular SPAC is Chamath's SPAC. Chamath, as everybody knows, is the king of SPAC, and I believe in Chamath, and so that is one of the companies that I decided to go with because it had his name on it. The next one is MP Materials. This makes rare earth materials that is heavily used in batteries. With the whole EV revolution, I think it is poised to do very well over the coming years. It is the only company in the entire North America that mines rare earth minerals. Everything else comes from China. So I think with the whole boom in the EV sector, and not just the EV sector, but overall all the devices, this company I think would easily triple from here. Right now it is at around $30. I got in at around $18, $19. So the returns have been pretty great. I did get off. I sold some of my position when it reached about $40, but yesterday when it came down, I added some more to my position. The last one I wanted to talk about is FDN. FDN is a FANG ETF. FANG is basically Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, and Google. This has been my favorite for a long time. When the market dropped in March of 2020, and it was and all the stocks took hit, I took a major position in FDN. It has paid off pretty handsomely. That again is one of my long-term positions. Since it is all the really large corporations in US, I don't really trade that one as much. It's just something that is part of my core holdings. So those are some of the stocks that I added to my positions when the market went down yesterday. I still think that a lot of these stocks are very good, and many of them will end up doing really well. Obviously, you should not take this as a financial recommendation. I'm not a financial advisor, so take it for what it is. I'm just this dude on YouTube doing some videos and talking about what has worked for me. So yeah, that's about it. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.